What's that go to? Welcome back to the Carbon 65 channel. Gotta go get some go-go juice today in the Z06, but before we do that, it's gotta be time for another cold start. Let's go. And welcome back to the channel on the Carbon 65. Today we take a little ride in the 2018 C7Z06 3LZ. Basically everything checked. Carbon 65 65th anniversary package. Oh yeah, it's a lot to say right there. So if you've seen on previous videos, this car a little bit more special than normal, but let's face it, all Corvettes are special from a 1LZ all the way up. This one was the 65th anniversary. There was only 650 of them made. 500 of them stayed in the US, and 150 were shipped to different places around the world. This one here came out of Canada, and it was a total of 49 that came out of Canada. So out of that 49, some of those were Grand Sports. So as my radar detector goes off, one must be careful. So this one's probably really a one of, I don't know, 17 or so, 15, as there was only so many of them built. As there's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man sitting in the corner over here checking that stop sign. So the Valentine 1 Gen 2, that's what I use for my radar detector. Does a pretty good job with the JB1, so you can turn off certain things. Works pretty well with that. Maybe do that one in another video, but anyways, so just got done detailing both cars, my wife's and mine. A lot involved in that, tough on the body, but it's all worth it. So I start out with a foam bath, scrubby rubby all over the place. Do a clay bar after that, do a whole wipe down, dry off, then go to a 3-wax system, with one being a little bit more abrasive to get the scratches out, so 2 for the mild one, 3 for the final polish, and then after that IPX solution to get off the extra grease from the wax, and from there then we go with the ceramic coating. So a lot of rubbing and buffing all day long, so a lot of fun stuff. Takes about 7 hours or so to get all that done per car. But when you're done, it's nice. The car will last quite a while. If you drop any water, you've probably seen other videos like that. It just rolls right off. The dust, same thing. So I use a California duster. So when I get done with most of the drives, I'll just wipe it down, and everything comes right off. It's really nice, does a good job. So it helps keep the car a little bit cleaner, longer, in between baths. So anyways, one of the things that I just do to keep this guy clean. So interior, everything was all done, so she shines, she's good. The only thing left to do is the inside of the motor compartment. It's the only thing I basically didn't do. But anyway, so she's good to go. She's shining all in her glory that she can. So I wanted to take this guy out to do a quick little ride around. I got my Akaso EK7000 action camera. Did a previous unboxing on that one too. Not too bad for getting the accessories and the external mic and the camera, with a 64 gig SD card to come with it too. All for under $100 or so. Honestly, the external microphone I haven't been too fond of, but that was like 13 bucks, so nothing major. But yeah, other than that, everything else has been really good. Quality's good. It's a 4K 30 frame camera. You can do 2.7K, I think, in 60 frames, or at least 1080 in 60 frames. So if you're doing more action shots and you're putting things on YouTube, the 1080 will do you just fine, and you can get 60 frames in. But once again, if you got a channel like mine, I mean, I don't have that many subscribers. I think I'm at 67 now. So that's come up quite a ways. I was in the low 20s when I got the camera. So, you know, you don't want to spend a ton of money on one of the name brand ones where you can easily spend $400 or $500 plus accessories. So I thought I would start off with this, and we'll see how it goes, and then maybe sometime in the future say, hey, let's go ahead and invest and get a better camera. But you'll see from the videos, I think this one does pretty decent. But good starting point. So if you're after something, check out my other videos. You can see that one. I got links to the accessories, the camera, the microphone, all that stuff. So feel free to check that out and see what you think. So today it's about 82 degrees right now. It's we got some Canadian smoke deal coming through again, but right now it's pretty clear. We should be in the low 90s. So I wanted to get this out early before it gets too hot. But what I'll end up doing is I'll switch this guy into manual mode here in just a little bit, so we can hear the exhaust. There's some verbals that goes with that. I'm in sport mode right now. I have the AWE Touring over axleback with the black diamond tips exhaust, and also included I put on the AWE X-pipe as well. So basically just the headers are stock, everything else is AWE. I think I can keep the system as is, but you have to get instead of long tube headers, you got to get mid tube headers, I guess, so that it still fits with the X-pipe in the back, so that way you can keep all that. But that's for another problem another day. Right now, we're fine with the way it is. There's some of those little verbals, and we're not really doing much yet. So I do have it in manual mode now, which gets rid of the DOD. I know a lot of people hate that. It does get you some extra gas mileages for the MPGs, but I've seen others that say that it also causes problems with some of the heads and all that, so they prefer not to have it. And let's face it, when you buy a Corvette, you're not really buying it to get great gas mileage, but this doesn't do too bad. On the highway, I think the most I've had is about 34 miles to the gallon, so that's pretty good in eco mode. But if you're around town and you're getting on it, spirit driving as they say, you can easily keep that around 12, maybe 14 miles per gallon. So it's not too hard to do. All you got to do is put that right foot on the gas pedal a little bit, and yeah, you can lower that number as quick as you want. So anyways, nice sunny day. So what I'm going to do is pipe down a little bit as soon as we get a little bit more open here. There's some of those verbals. You can hear the exhaust and get to hear why AWE is one of the better exhaust systems I think you can get on one of these cars. I had it on my other Vet. This is my third Vet, by the way. My first one was a 2009 base 3LT, or 3LT. With the Z51 package. Then I ended up getting the 2014, the first version of the C7s. I got that also with the 3LT and also a Z51 package. So this one here, being carbon 65, it pretty much comes with everything. So if there was a box to be checked on the invoice, yep, it had it. So if I'm not mistaken, I think sticker price on this was around 120, 118, 120, somewhere right in there. Yeah, so I've always had the 3LTs or 3LZs on the Z06. all that really gets you is a little bit nicer interior. So most people usually go with two LTs because you still obviously get the engine and everything else like that, but not quite as much on the feature comforts on the inside, but still very livable. So depends on your budget, where you're at. But being on a 3LT and on this one, like I said, a 3LC and a Z06, it's pretty much the only way I would go, as long as I would consider a 2LT, but it would have to have everything else that I wanted on it. But I'm just waiting to get around a little bit more, and then we can open this up a little bit more and hopefully get rid of some of this traffic so that you can hear the exhaust and why these cars are so awesome. Now for the new ones, the ZR1 and ZR1X, pricing has been released a couple days ago, and well, you're going to have a few dollars in the bank to get one of those, or be able to afford it. At $207,000 starting out on the base for a 1LZ, but I don't know. These things on the Z06, even on the C8s, let's face it, there's more than enough to get in trouble. And if you're just a daily driver or putting around, weekend warrior, on the streets and stuff, at Z06, you're still not going to get to stretch out everything. So having a ZR1, which who doesn't want that, but a ZR1X, you're not really going to get to stretch your legs unless you take it out somewhere special off of a track or somewhere out in the middle of nowhere or whatever. A little bit on the highway, I guess, but yeah, it's a lot of money to have just sitting in the garage. But I would definitely consider the Z06, but I'm not ready to get rid of this guy yet. It's a lot of fun. I can work on this. I do most of the work myself. Not everything, but just about everything. So I do enjoy that. But like I said, this is a rare car, and so I don't really want to get rid of it quite yet, but we'll see. You can hear a little bit of that.
45 miles per hour.
Get some of the verbals. Yep, she's a lot of fun and can definitely get you in a lot of trouble really quick. Valentine 1 doesn't quite get you that get out of jail free card, but it definitely helps. But as I always say, your results could vary. Get to know your neighborhood, where the friendly officers like to hang out, but it only takes that 1 second of uh-oh, and it's too late. I'll have to wait and see if you can see the, I don't know if I can, if it's picking up the heads-up display or not. It may not on here, but it is there. I've had this on so many cars now that I would find it hard to have a car without heads-up display now. For any of you that have had it, you probably understand. For those who don't, oh, trust me, if you get the opportunity, it's nice. It's a very, very nice. helps you keep your eyes focused on the road, looking straight ahead. Which is what you want, instead of looking around other places. Lord knows there's enough distractions already. Here, as we come up here, I'll do some verbals. This is just in sport mode, like I say, no tune. So for mods on this one, performance-wise, besides the exhaust with the AWE, X-pipe, and axle back, with black diamond tips, I love saying that, but boy, do they look awesome on here. I have a Holley cold air intake on this. I also put the solar performance ported throttle body. I also added the solar performance throttle controller, which right now I'm in Sport 5. It's about the one where I found it the easiest. So just so you understand, the throttle controller doesn't add any horsepower, but I'll tell you what, it definitely helps. The difference being is that on a stock Corvette, when you press the gas pedals, say halfway, the throttle body really only puts about a quarter of the way. So what this does is this makes things more even, where it will adjust things the way that what you're really stepping on. So what it does is, in like here at a slow stop and you're taking off, it makes it a lot smoother. It's not as hard, like you'd have to see to find out, but it really makes it so much nicer when you take off. So it feels faster because it's jumpier. It feels like it adds more torque, but in reality it really doesn't do anything. But as I call, that's the seat of your pants feeling. You could dyno it, but it probably won't be any faster. But I'll tell you what, one of the more enjoyable mods you can do for a low price. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg for that. I think when I got mine, I want to say it was like $99. Ported throttle body, that was a bit more. Once again with the cold air intake, that did add some horsepower to there. Probably not a ton, you know, if it was like 7 or 10 or something, who knows. I think the cold air intake says it's actually like 30 or 40. I don't know if that's true. If you get a tune, maybe. But that's the last thing, well, second to last thing I want to do. If anything, I think I want to add E85 and then get the tune. And then I should be basically all set. I have a Woodman's gas station that's right by my house that now has E85. They just put it in. So if you like the smell of corn, it's a good way to go. Probably get you an extra, I'm guessing at least 40 or 50 horsepower more on the E85, depending on how good it is. But that's something I'd like to do, and then basically I'm all set. I don't drag race this thing or anything else. It's just, you know, almost a garage queen. I do daily it here and there, but for the most part, it's just for fun and enjoyment. I guess like many LVUs out there that do the same thing. I have another car I call my winter car or bad weather car that I use. We can't take this one out. So insurance-wise, one of the things people ask always about, oh God, I can afford the car but not the insurance. And trust me, if you're younger, like under 25, and you have anything on your record, from a speeding ticket to an accident to whatever, yeah, you're going to pay a few more dollars. I've had a house with 3 cars, so I do have discounts and stuff, clean driving record, all that good stuff like that. But I think for this, I'm with State Farm right now. It's about, I think, $900 a year for this. Somewhere in that area, maybe a touch more, 9 to 950, I don't know, something like that. But since I don't drive this in the winter, obviously, I put it away, so I only pay about half of that, or about that, because I put it in layover and I don't get charged as much for that time. So as I mentioned, you can get in trouble. Let's see if I get the verbals. Hold on. There we go. They're starting to come. So insurance-wise, could cost you quite a bit for, like I said, a younger driver with anything on their record. You could be paying towards $2,000 more a year, maybe even as high as $3,000, depending on your record and what state you live in. That part can get expensive, that's for sure. Maintenance on this, you know, it hasn't been too bad. I tried to do all the work myself. I do the oil changes. I got a set of quick jacks. Big help. Those things are awesome. It pumped this thing right up. I mean, I did all the work on the exhaust and all that, made it nice and easy. So I do the oil changes and everything, which saves quite a bit. I don't know if you looked at that, but I put Mobil 1 5W30 in this. Usually now only the 10,000. I used to get the 20,000 extended, but I don't drive that much in a year. I change it once a year, usually in the springtime. So I want to say I get everything through Walmart because they're usually the lowest for the oil. So it's usually anywhere from 25 to 30 bucks for 5 quarts. You need 2 because this is like 9.5, which I usually use at least 9 or so. But between that and the oil filters, probably another, I don't know, 10, 12 bucks, something like that. You're looking at, you know, somewhere around $70 for an oil change. Do it yourself, somewhere in that neighborhood. If you go get that done, I've seen them as high as $150 to $180 for the Mobil 1. So it can be expensive, so you can save a few dollars if you can do that yourself. You can do it with jack stands too. You don't have to have quick jacks, obviously, but I'll tell you what, with the Creeper, if you have one of those, the quick jacks are just beyond awesome. They let you can take a creepy crawler and get right under there and zip around. Has 2 settings. I think on a high one it's about 21, I think 21 inches. Maybe it's 24, but at least 21. So you get quite a bit of distance underneath, so you can pretty much do anything and everything you need to do. Like I said, it only takes a little bit of time to get those out and get the car up, so it does pretty good. Once again, those are that's a Costco item. They're always on sale at least probably twice a year. I got the TL 5000s for 5,000 pound. They have a 7,000, and I think the other one is 3,000. I think are the 3 models. So I got the 5,000, which that's more than enough for everything to do. The vet's what, probably about 3,600 or something like that, 35, 3,600. But I think I paid right around $1,100, I think, all said and done. So just keep an eye on that for the sales. If you're interested in that, like I say, they work well. I got the Walmart wall mount holders, so I can stand them up on the side of the garage so they don't take up any space. It's really nice. They are heavy, but well worth their weight in gold. They do a really nice job. I was hoping for less traffic here, but well, sometimes the highway gods don't shine on you as much as you like them to, but it's all right. It's still a beautiful day. Any day in a vet is definitely a good day. something I didn't mention, but this also has the carbon ceramic brakes. Those are pretty awesome. They can pretty much stop on a dime anytime you want to do that, at any miles per hour that you might be at. Only problem with that is not so much you stopping, but the guy behind you, can they stop? But awesome brakes. It's the first car I've had them with them. The other vets were just the steel rotors. They did fine. But these, you definitely can tell the difference. They bite hard in the beginning. So these do a really nice job. Limit 35. There's a fire station right behind me, so that's probably what it's picking up on. We're almost back home now. Like I said, it's just a nice day out there. It says 92 now. Sweet day in paradise. Oh yeah. I hope you enjoyed the ride. I did. But it's never long enough. That's how it goes sometimes. Furthest I've been in this, I think I took a trip to, besides picking it up, I got it in Wisconsin, which was about an hour and 15-20 minutes away. I visited my dad in Indiana, northwest Indiana. Took it out there, which is almost all highway, so that's pretty good. Drives really smooth. I know a lot of people think you feel all the bumpity bumps, and it's really not that bad. I mean, it's not a Rolls Royce or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, but to have this much fun and performance, it's really not that bad. I would love to try a C8. See how they did, because I've heard from many others that it's gotten a lot better, but I would like to see. Of course, with the flat plane crank and rear mounted engine like that, I'm sure that traction is a lot better. Maybe someday, we'll see. Not today, but someday. Alright, well thanks again for tuning in. Hope you like that. If you have anything you'd like to see, leave it in the comments. But thanks for joining me on the little ride. I'll see you on the next one.